It's that time of the month again. It's time for our full moon meditation. And if you haven't been on one of these before, firstly, a big welcome to you. Every single month, we bring in the full moon in style with such an amazing guided meditation to help you kind of live the full moon with intent, get to know what it's about. And we have our resident full moon guide, I would say, Kieron Morgan. Welcome back. Hello.
Hi, yeah. You just have to have my disembodied voice this time. So my camera's not working for some reason. But what normally happens when that happens to me, when I'm doing Zoom stuff, is that I know that it's an important message. When I have issues with computer stuff, I know that it's an important time because there's, energy trying to block it. So I think I think this full moon is going to be a really interesting one for people. It comes in between an interesting sort of astrological coming together, the 7-7 gateway, which is connected with the energy of Sirius, and the 8-8 gateway, which is the Lion's gateway. So there's a lot going on energetically. It can be quite challenging.
What is the 7-7 gateway?
7-7 is connected to the energy of Sirius. Sirius is a big energetic center. Some people call or connected to the great central sun of our galaxy. Sirius is a trinity of stars. It's supposed to be sort of bright blue, electric blue in color. And there's Sirius A, Sirius B, and Sirius C. There's a 3-star system. But Sirius C is kind of fabled as to, does it exist, does it not exist type thing. The whole energy of Sirius was very popular in ancient Egypt. They would await for sort of energetic alignments in particular points of the year, and the 7-7 gateway was one of those times. It can be a challenging time. We think of high summer as being a lovely positive time, blue skies and loveliness, but energetically it can be quite a challenging time.
Well, I was saying to you before we started recording, I have felt so low vibe the last couple of weeks. I've just felt bloody exhausted, Kieron. And I know other people have been feeling like that as well, or people that I've spoken to. And it's not like me. I'm generally a very positive person. I've been feeling it as well. It sounds like, I'm not alone, and there is perhaps a reason for this energetically.
There is, and sometimes it's nice to, we never want anybody else to be suffering, but it's nice to know we're not alone in those challenges sometimes, to be able to know that it's more of a universal thing to those of us who are sensitive. Sirius is the dog star. It's known as the dog star, and the sort of dog days are the days when the dogs will be panting and out of breath, and they would just sort of sit there being sort of too tired to do anything because it's too hot. But it's because of the energy of Sirius is very prevalent. And that energy of Sirius is very connected to the energy of the violet flame, which is all about transformation and change and alchemy. And those things can bring up stuff from our unconscious or subconscious or past lives, and that needs to be processed at this time. And because we're going through collectively, as humanity is going through a big shift in consciousness from a sort of consumerism 3D world into a more divine love and light 5D existence, there's lots of things coming up for people, which means there's lots of low energy. There's new energetic grids being laid down since the 7-7 gateway for us as well. So lots of challenges, lots of energy being used, lots of people. If we're holding on to the energy of the light and we're light workers, then we're being used as conduits for that energy to flow through us, which means that we can feel exhausted ourselves. So it can be tricky, but we're not alone in that, which is of some comfort, I think.
Well, I'm glad there's a rational explanation for it, Kieron. I suppose that's a positive.
It is, yeah, it is. Even though it's rubbish, it's rubbish for lots of us.
Yeah. Oh, well, so it's the buck moon, 21st of July. What insight can you give us into the buck moon? It sounds interesting.
Yeah, so the buck moon is one of the names, the storm moon as well. There's lots of other different names for it. And this is a time for focusing on the self-growth and determination. And sometimes when we're being challenged in this way and feeling tired, it's real effort to do anything, It's even an effort to get up and get to the fridge and grab yourself a can of pop or whatever. So it's time to really gird our loins and move forwards in that way. I've taken some of the inspiration from fabled stories of the white hart, and another word for a buck or a stag is a hart, which is why lots of pubs are called the White Hart. And it was of these mythical creatures which would be searched for. So when people used to go hunting back in the day, sort of medieval times, they would be searching for the white hart. They would try and find it. It was a sort of representation of divine energy and power. And in the pre-Christian world, anything with horns or connected with the forest was divine. So the old gods, who were horned gods, were connected with the forest because the forest gave life. They had all the food, it had, the water and all the wood for making fires and building houses and that type of thing. So it's a time for really deciding what you want, what you need, and discarding those things that we don't need. Again, the storm moon as well. The name of the storm moon is because this time of year can bring quite violent thunderstorms. And the thunderstorm is a symbol. People shy away from storms because they think they're bad and they're evil and terrible things will happen. But in my world, the energy of the storm is very cleansing. It's very clearing. It releases lots of things. When we have a build up to a storm, so if you feel like you're in a build up to a storm, you can get a headache, pressure headache, and it's very tense. The air is very thick. But when the rumble, the thunder happens and the lightning strikes after the storm, when the rain comes, the air is fresher and clearer. It's lighter and brighter, and everything is refreshed, So even though those storms can be challenging for us as on an individual level, then there's brighter times ahead, and the storm really clears those things up. So there are positive notes in those challenges as well.
It's so interesting what you say, because it really resonates, which I guess of course it will, because it's all... it all makes total sense in my mind. I find that when you talk about these times of old, and I could listen to you go on about this for ages. I find it so fascinating. But I'm sure people don't want me to just be quizzing you for the next half an hour, just for my own curiosity, Kieron.
We'll have to save that for another episode of.
We will. Well, it sounds fascinating. I can't wait to listen to it. I'm excited. So I guess, would you like to do the honors and introduce your meditation this month?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. So this month's meditation, we are working with the energy of the buck, of the stag, and the storm, and the forest, and some of the old gods, Ellen of the Ways and Canunnas. They're powerful old energies, and it's a real opportunity for us to delve in. So with guided meditations, with energy work, the more you put in, the more you get out. So take your time and really focus those energies. There's time in this guided meditation to really release things and let things go, and to gather information to yourself. So follow the energy of the stag and really, really take your time with it. Look after yourself, and I'll see you on the other side. Listen to the sound of the flute, the whispers of the breeze. Take a few deeper breaths. Relax into the chair beneath you. Let your daily worries fade away upon the sound of the flute. As your body finds its own natural breathing rhythm, the reality around you starts to melt away. The walls and ceiling and floor start to fade. You feel as if you gently fall back into the chair, back into the clouds, back into a mist that spirals and swirls and dances around you. You are supported in this space. You are protected in this space. You are loved in this space. There is a sense of movement, being drawn from your reality out into the world of dreams, of imagination, of magic. Your guardians and guides, however you know them, are close. Familiar spirits, guardian angels, dragon familiars, elemental guides. Their presence is known and felt. The sense of movement slowly ceases. And the mists start to slowly recede. You find yourself in a clearing in the forest. You are sitting next to a small but powerfully intense fire. It comes to mind that you have been working and sitting by this fire for some time. And on the edge of it, buried within the hot coals that glow orange and red, protruding from these coals is the handle of a knife. The handle itself is made from antler. It is carved with signs and symbols and sigils that you yourself placed there. You are going through the last part of the creation of a ceremonial dagger, a gift for the forest, a gift for Mother Moon. The time comes for you to brush away the coals and remove the blade. The antler hander itself is still cool, and as you take it from the fire, you hold this glowing blade. You hold it up into the night sky. You hold it up to the storm. The rain sizzles and cracks and crashes as it dances upon the blade's edge. High in the stormy sky, Mother Moon breaks through the clouds for a while to remind you that she is there, full and bright and beautiful. And in this guise, she is a powerful goddess, the goddess of the hunt, the goddess of steeling yourself, of determination. For now is time to move forwards. To steel yourself, to hold that determination. To search and find those things you truly wish to achieve. Those things you truly need. The heart fire. Driven and determined. as the thunder rumbles and the lightning occasionally lights up the sky. The blade cools and you hold it in both hands. Take a few moments to pour into this handle, to pour into this blade, those things you wish to release and let go. Those things that may be holding you back, those limiting beliefs, those doubts and fears. The time now is a time to believe that you are strong enough, that you are capable, that your will be done, that you will achieve, that you should achieve. It is time. It is time. It is time. The blade itself starts to glow as you pour this determination, this will, and all the doubts and fears into it. It glows with the energy of Mother Moon. It glows with the energy of your magic, of your power. It is time to hunt. We search then for that which we need. We walk through the forest away from the fire, the occasional light of the moon through the clouds. This is our only guidance, this and your heart beating, 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 being drawn deeper into the forest. You call for guidance and help and support. After a while, as lightning lights up the sky, you see two figures before you upon the path. One large, powerful, masculine, horned, and the other horned as well, smaller, thinner, feminine. These two are the essence of the forest, the essence of the green. This is Ellen of the Ways and Kierons, the ancient guides, the ancient masters of the forest and the hunt. And in our modern world, we can call still to them to help us find that which we need. For that which it is within us, that determination, that drive, that desire, that focus. As you draw closer, there is no communication, there is no welcome. They simply turn and walk. You join them. Ellen to your left, Kierons to your right. Determination to find that which you need to sustain you, to help you to grow, to move on and move forward. As you walk through the forest, every once in a while there will be a fork in the road, in the path. Choose to go left or to go right. The choice is yours. Walk for a while and focus your attention on those things that you no longer wish. Those things you no longer need, those things need to be released, to be let go. Those doubts and fears to be cast away into the forest. Let them be washed away by the rain and the storm. And gather to you those things that you will need, those things that will galvanize you and help you. Take this time then, and in a short while my voice will return. After a while walking, Kierons holds out his hand gently against your chest to bring you to a halt. Silently he ushers you to look forwards into the forest. There in the moonlight, a young buck, a young deer standing with his antlers proud and tall, pale white, the white heart. The true goal of any hunter to capture the white heart, to capture the purity, the determination, the goal, the light. Steel yourself, but walk softly and gently. It is not a time to rush headlong or scream a warrior's cry. It is a time to walk slowly and gently. The hart lifts his head once in a while to sniff the air, to search for predators. and you are downwind. When he lifts his head, you stand still, camouflaged by the forest and the storm and the night and the rain. You walk soft and gently ever closer. Mother Moon's light lights up this space in the forest despite the storm. The heart itself now faces away from you, gently crumping on the grass of the forest's ferny floor. Kierons and Ellen wait at the edge, and you walk forwards into the moonlight. Your new ceremonial knife in your hand, you walk forwards, right up to the heart. You lift your hand high in the sky. Lightning lights up. It glints off the blade. It startles the buck. He turns, not to run but to stare at you, to look you in the eye. His horns glistening in the rain. You do not strike. You do not hit the buck. Instead, you plunge the dagger down into the ground beneath his hooves. Still, this magnificent beast does not move. Moves his head forward towards yours and bows slightly. Glowing, gentle, electric blue light in the moonlight. You are drawn forwards and place your brow against his. Your hands against the flanks of his neck. You can feel his heart beating. Your heart beats in time. There's power, determination, insight and knowledge to be had in this exchange. Take some time. Feel this energy. Feel the love and light of Mother Moon dancing down upon you. The energy of the stag, the forest, the storm, Kierons and Ellen of the Ways. Draw that energy into you. In through the brow, into your heart. Feel the stag. Feel its heartbeat. Be drawn, emboldened, empowered, strengthened, steeled, surrounded by the energy of the oak trees in this forest. Be filled with love and light and determination and power. After a while, the buck gently draws his head away from yours, sniffs the air between you, acknowledges Kierons and Ellen behind you, and with a leap bounds away into the darkness of the night. You stand to leave, but remember your blade, your knife. As you draw it from the earth, it is inscribed now with sigils and signs and symbols that glow in the moonlight. A blessing from the stag, a blessing from Mother Moon, a blessing from these ancient gods and goddesses. You place the knife in your belt. You hold on to the handle. And as the storm gently recedes, you take your leave of Kierons and of Ellen, and you walk along the long pathway before you. You walk past the fern, past the oak, the hawthorn, the birch and beech, down the hill. And as you walk to the edge of the forest, the spiraling, swirling mist starts to return. Mother Moon's moonlight fades behind the trees, behind the forest as she sets in the sky. And as the mist dances around you once more, you are drawn back. 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 Back to this here, back to this now, back to this time and space and place. Still with that determination, that strength, that dagger by your side, a symbol of the strength and determination needed to achieve that which you wish to achieve. Take a few deeper breaths. The walls, ceiling and floor around you start to return. You feel your fingers and toes once more, they are yours again. Send some energetic roots down into the earth. A few deeper breaths still. Give thanks to the guardians and guides that have been with you on this journey. Softly and gently, grounded and protected, calm and relaxed. As soon as you're ready, but without rushing, open your eyes and return.